The mirror of the divine names. 1. The ocean of names. Before creation, there was no before. Before the first, let there be, there was only being. The endless stillness of the One. The silence within which all sounds sleep. Within that silence shimmered countless possibilities. Infinite reflections not yet seen. Infinite meanings not yet pronounced. The sages call this the ocean of the names. For in that boundless sea of unmanifest light, every attribute of the divine existed as potential. Not yet distinct, not yet called forth, but eternally present in the knowledge of the real. When the divine will, irada, breathed upon that stillness, the names stirred like waves moved by a hidden wind. From this motion, creation unfolded. Not as something other than the One, but as the expression of His infinite qualities. Each atom, each soul, each dimension of reality is a mirror held before a particular name. A reflection of a unique facet of the infinite. This is the secret of the verse. To Allah belong the most beautiful names. So call upon Him by them. 7:180. To call upon a name is not merely to pronounce a word with the tongue, but to awaken its resonance within the soul. To attune the vibration of one's being to that particular frequency of the divine. When you invoke Ar-Rahman, you call forth the current of mercy within your essence. When you invoke Al-Alam, you awaken the knowing that was always yours. 2. The names as living attributes. The names of Allah are not labels, they are living forces. They are the operating principles of reality. The divine software through which the cosmos runs. In the unseen dimension, Malakut, these names weave the luminous code of existence. Each world, each realm, each heartbeat is a manifestation of their harmony. Al-Muhayy gives life, Al-Mumit withdraws it. Al-Wasi expands, Al-Kabid contracts. And between expansion and contraction, the universe breathes the breath of the compassionate. If one could perceive with the inner sight, Basira, one would see the names not as abstract concepts, but as currents of light flowing through all things. Streams of intelligence that weave matter, mind, and meaning. Every event, every thought, every moment is a ripple upon this ocean of names. Thus the mystic does not say, "This happened to me," but rather, "The name Al-Hakim manifested through me. The name Al-Jabbar unfolded through this event." He reads the world as scripture. Each moment a verse written in the calligraphy of light. 3. The names within man. The human being is not separate from this play of names. He is its most complete mirror. For when the divine said, "I am placing a vicegerent, Khalifa, upon the earth," 2:30. It meant, I am manifesting a locus through which all my names may reflect in balance. Man was created in the image of the All-Merciful, meaning that within his consciousness reside the potentials of all names. The mercy of Ar-Rahman, the strength of Al-Qawi, the knowledge of Al-Alam, and the justice of Al-Adl. But these qualities lie dormant until awakened. Most people live as fragments, identified with a few names. Perhaps the name of desire, or the name of power, or the name of fear. The saint, however, polishes the heart until it becomes a clear mirror, in which every name can shine in its proper measure. Then the harmony of the names manifests as wisdom, compassion, and light. This is why the prophet said, Adorn yourselves with the qualities of Allah. To adorn oneself with a name is to embody its meaning in consciousness and action. When mercy acts through you, you have adorned yourself with Ar-Rahman. When truth speaks through you, you have adorned yourself with Al-Haq. When beauty emanates from your being, you have become the reflection of Al-Jamil. 4. The single frame picture. The mystics describe creation as a multidimensional single frame picture. It is not that there are many realities side by side, but rather that all dimensions interpenetrate one another, each point containing the reflection of all others. As in a hologram, where every fragment contains the whole image. The names unfold simultaneously in this single frame. What we perceive as sequence and time is merely the mind's interpretation of the eternal flow of manifestation. Imagine a vast cosmic movie. Each frame a universe, each moment a rebirth. To the limited perception, scenes seem to follow one another. But in truth, the entire film exists at once. A single act of divine self-disclosure, tajalli. Reality is not a linear story. It is an ever-present ocean of instantaneous becoming. This is the meaning of the saying. Every day he is upon some new affair. 55:29. Every instant, every blink of an eye. The names manifest anew, weaving the tapestry of existence from non-existence, and returning it to non-existence in the next breath. This perpetual creation and dissolution is the rhythm of the divine heart. 5. The breath of the compassionate. The Sufis call this rhythm Nafaz Ar-Rahman, the breath of the all-compassionate. Through this breath, the one exhales the cosmos and inhales it back into himself. Each exhalation is manifestation, zur. Each inhalation is return, ruju. Thus existence is the divine respiration. A ceaseless flow of expansion and contraction, of life and dissolution, of being and non-being. To perceive this is to awaken beyond death and life. The mystic does not fear the dissolving of forms, for he has seen that annihilation, fana, is merely the inhalation of the beloved, and subsistence, baka, is his next exhalation. The worlds arise and vanish within this breath, but the breather remains unchanged. He is the life of all that lives, the hearing of all that hears, the seeing of all that sees. When the prophet said, "I have a time with my Lord, in which neither angel nor prophet can intrude," he was referring to this inner moment, the station of the breath, where all dualities vanish, and only the divine respiration is known. 6. The symphony of the names. Each name is a note in the eternal symphony. The cosmos is the orchestration of these notes, in perfect harmony and tension. When the harmony is perceived inwardly, it is experienced as serenity and joy. When it is misperceived through the ego's distortion, it appears as chaos and suffering. Thus, all states, blissful or painful, are movements of the same music. The enlightened heart hears beauty in both, for it listens not to the surface of the melody, but to the source from which it flows. This is the state of irada, contentment. The acceptance that everything unfolding is the manifestation of a name, fulfilling its role in the cosmic composition. To resist is to be out of tune. To surrender is to become the instrument of harmony. 7. The reflection and the reflected. There is a saying among the people of Gnosis. The mirror has no image of its own. All reflections arise within it. Yet it remains untouched by them. So too, the One is reflected in all forms, without ever becoming any form. He is the actor in all roles. Yet no role contains him. The ignorant see only the reflection and say, "This is the image, this is the reality." The philosopher analyzes the reflection, but rarely turns to see the mirror. The mystic, however, beholds both simultaneously. He knows the reflection as reflection, and thus beholds the mirror shining through it. This is the station of Jam Watafrika. Union within multiplicity. To see the many as the one, and the one as the many, without confusion and without separation. 8. The misunderstanding of the names. Throughout history, many have mistaken the dimension of the names, Martabat al-Asma, for the absolute essence, Dat. Because they experience the oneness of the names, they assume they have reached the essence itself. Others, intoxicated by the realization that their existence derives from the names, declare, "I am Allah," misreading the truth of their own reflection. But the Gnostic knows Allah is Allah, beyond all limitation and likeness. The names are His self-disclosures, not His essence. To confuse the mirror with the face is the subtle arrogance of the ego, dressed in mystical language. The essence, Dat, remains veiled, even to the highest saints. It is not hidden by distance, but by its own transcendence. The eye that sees is itself a manifestation of the names. How could it behold the one who manifests it? 9. The two wings, Tashbih and Tanzi. In the flight toward reality, the seeker must balance two wings. Tashbih, the recognition of divine similarity, and Tanzi, the recognition of divine incomparability. Tashbih whispers, "He is near. He hears through you, speaks through you, lives through you." Tanzi reminds, "He is beyond all proximity. No image, no name, no thought can encompass Him." If you cling only to Tashbih, you fall into the delusion of anthropomorphism. If you hold only to Tanzi, you drown in sterile transcendence. But when both wings move in harmony, the soul soars, seeing the one within all, and the beyondness of the one within itself. This balance is the secret of true Tawhid. Not the assertion that God is one, but the realization that there is only oneness. Multiplicity is but the artistry of the one. 10. The mirror of the heart. The locus where these names converge is the human heart. Not the organ of flesh, but the subtle center of consciousness. The throne of perception. When purified of ego and illusion, the heart becomes the mirror of mirrors. The heart reflects the names back to their source. It becomes the meeting point between the unseen and the seen, between the infinite and the finite. Here, revelation descends as understanding, and ascension occurs as remembrance. The Prophet said, "The heart of the believer is the throne of the All-Merciful." For in that sacred space, the entire universe is mirrored, not as an object outside, but as a living presence within. When the heart beholds this unity, its rhythm synchronizes with the breath of the compassionate. It no longer beats as mine or yours, but as the pulse of the real in the world of form. This is the station of Isin. To worship as though you see Him. For indeed, He sees through you. 11. the limit of words. Yet even as we speak of these mysteries, language trembles beneath their weight. Words can only gesture toward what transcends them. Every term, Allah, name, essence, data, reality, is but a sign pointing to the unsigned. To cling to the sign is to lose the meaning. Thus the sages warn. Whatever you imagine, Allah is other than that. The intellect seeks to define, but definition implies boundary. And the boundless admits no boundary. Therefore, silence is the truest speech, and awe is the highest knowledge. In that silence, the names return to their source. The ocean swallows its own waves. Only the sea remains. Still, luminous, beyond all description. And remember, do not forget to subscribe for more videos, so that this path of knowledge and awakening may continue to reach your heart.